we will measure the moment of inertia of different solid objects. As you can see that we have different solid objects. For example, this is a disc, this is a hollow cylinder, and this is a solid cylinder, and this is a solid sphere. So we have read about the moment of inertia of all these solid objects, and by using this torsion pendulum and this torsion axle, we will now measure the time period of oscillation, and we will use that time period to calculate the moment of inertia of these solid objects or these different shaped objects, as you can see here. So we have already measured the restoring torque of this torsion axle in our previous experiment, and now we will use the same procedure, and we will measure the time period for 5 vibrations of these solid objects one by one. So first of all, as you can see in the table of calculation and observation, you can see that the body has been identified here in the first column. For example, this is solid sphere, and its mass is 930 gram, and its diameter is given by the manufacturer, that is 14.5 centimeter. Now our objective is to measure the time for 5 vibrations and eventually the time for one single vibration. So this is our solid sphere. So first we will mount this solid sphere on this torsion axle, and again we will make it to go 180 degree from its initial position and then release it so that it starts vibrating like this. So we will record the time for 5 vibrations, and one single vibration will be when it comes back to its initial position. So when we record the time for 5 vibrations, we may repeat it for accuracy. We may repeat our reading for accuracy. For example, once again, we will make it to oscillate like this, and we will record another set of time for 5 vibrations. So this is the only step that we are going to perform. Then we will remove it, and we will use this plate to mount on this axle, torsion axle, and we will place our solid cylinder, because our next, okay, this is flat solid cylinder, which is actually the disc. So actually we are performing now the third for the third solid object, that is long solid cylinder. So this is long solid cylinder, and we have mounted it on a plate, as you can see. And now it means that the moment of inertia of this plate will also be added to the solid cylinder, and this moment of inertia is given to us by the manufacturer, because it is not our objective to measure the moment of inertia of this plate. So it is given to us, and we will simply add it or subtract it to subtract. We will, because we are having a total effect, and therefore we will be subtracting the moment of inertia of this plate, base plate, from this solid cylinder, or from whatever we would record or measure. So now we will again make it to go 180 degree from its initial position and release it, and we will simply record the time period for 5 such vibrations. And after we record, we will make it to stop, and then we will again repeat the step, and we will again record the time period to ensure accuracy. We may measure its average, and then we will fill in these columns, as you can see, and we will measure the time for one single vibration just by dividing the total time that we have recorded by 5, because we have measured the time period for 5 vibrations. So now we have done our measurement with the solid cylinder, and our next task is to place the hollow cylinder over here, and we will be measuring the time period again. So just by making it to go 180 degree from its original position and make it to vibrate, we will again measure the time for 5 vibration, but this time the body is changed. It is now hollow cylinder, and we may repeat the reading make it 2 set of readings for one particular object. So we will record it in the last 2 columns of this table of observation and calculations. And now we are done with our 3 of the objects, and the only that is left is the flat solid cylinder. That is basically a disc, but it is also identified as a flat solid cylinder. So next time we will mount it on the flat on the torsion axle. Like this. It seems as if it has to be fixed through some other position. However, we will mount it on the torsion axle, and we will again make it to vibrate like this, and we will, when it will start vibrating, we will measure its time period for 5 vibrations again. And afterwards we record all that the time periods. Then we will unmount these objects, and we will again go to our calculation side where we will measure, we will record. We have already recorded our measured values, and what we are going to do now, just put in the formula. So we will, since the torque was that was a restoring torque, and we have measured it in the previous experiment, that was the restoring torque of this torsion axle, and we will straight away put its value over here. And this is the time period for each and every object that we will measure over here, and just by putting the values in the formula, we will calculate the moment of inertia experimentally of all these solid objects. So as you can see that few of the readings are here mentioned with a star, and that star actually explains in the bottom of the table. It tells us that actually what we have to do, we have to subtract the moment of inertia of the empty supporting plate that we earlier on mentioned, and it is given as 0.2 gram meter square, and that value will be subtracted from the total moment of inertia that we will calculate in long solid cylinder and hollow cylinder. So we will also compare these values from our whatever the theoretical values were, and as you know that all these solid objects have some theoretical formula for the moment of inertia calculations, and we will simply compare the 2 values and evaluate our results.